talk to the camera, not to myself. Welcome to and welcome back to my YouTube channel that I have been neglecting for a very long time. I think the last video that I posted was in the summer when I had really bad skin. I turned 27. I'm in my mid-late 20s. So I'm finally doing YouTube. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I recently flipped through my journal and I wanted to do YouTube since I was a teen, but the problem was I lacked self-confidence, and something that I learned this year was that I just need to do what I want to do. Confidence comes after taking the action. So here we are. And also I was lazy. That's a thing that I need to address for sure. I thought I would do a little get to know me video. Let's get to know me and get back on my YouTube and get on posting, because I genuinely do love sharing and yapping. This is my favorite sweater. I always get compliments whenever I'm wearing this sweater, so I thought, why not start my YouTube? Sorry, my hair is just, I got a bad haircut. It's not really, it's not for my face. It's a great haircut. It's just not for my face shape. This specific, it's chunky here. I talked about it on my TikTok. It's one of those haircuts that I have to style. Meaning I have to keep styling my bangs, and I don't want to do that because by the time it grows out, it's gonna be weak because it's been because of the heat damage. Do you get it? Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm so fidgety because of my hair. Because one thing I don't like, and I've noticed this in the past, is I'm yapping, and then when I get to the editing and I'm 2-3 hours deep in editing and I'm oh my god, this entire section I look like that. Despicable. This is so bad. Horrible. If I could sit like this and talk at this angle, that's crazy. If I move a little bit back, as if that's gonna make a difference. Okay, let's get into it. What is my full name? That's crazy that it asked that. So I was born Jennifer Eliza, and I now go by Eliza. I don't like the name Jennifer. I've said that to people, and some people just don't respect that. I just don't like Jennifer anymore. Ugh. Can't believe that was my name. Because it's now been proper 2 years since I started going by Eliza. Eliza's just shorter, and I have such a negative not attachment, just negative, let me look up this word before okay, I was right, negative connotation. I have such a negative connotation to that name because when I was younger, I was so severely depressed, and I was also bullied a lot by peers and by teachers. And anytime that name was said, it was said with anger, or I knew I was gonna get in trouble, or just not good vibes. And even now, I think even in college, my friends would call me Jen, and if someone would say Jennifer, immediately for some reason my body would just go into feels like PTSD. So I don't go by Jennifer anymore. Please don't call me Jennifer or Jen. Eliza's my name. Eliza's everywhere now. It's my Instagram, it's my TikTok. It's what I tell people. It's on my passport as my middle name. I prefer it that way. I try to have a fake name because I was scared. I mean, I still am scared of men. That's why I wanted to go have a fake internet name. Back in the day, people would have internet names, and I wanted a cute one, and I just was I have Eliza right there. Let me just use that for, I have to look here. I just go by Eliza now. What do people usually call you? Eliza. There isn't any other nickname. It's just cute, small, simple. How old are you? 27. Where were you born? So I was born in Kerala, India. Kerala is in South India. That's where I was born. Where do you live now? I live in New York right now. What's my zodiac? I am a Sagittarius. This is so weird. I don't know how people used to do it when I was growing up, like watching YouTube, and they would do Q&A. And now when I'm doing it, I'm like, this feels weird. What do you do right now? I actually am a full-time artist. I became a full-time artist, or I decided to become a full-time artist earlier this year in like around March time was when I was just like, okay, this might be possible if I do it the right way. And then March, it started picking up, so I was just like, if I want it, I'm gonna get it. So I'm a full-time artist. The reason why I'm saying all of that is like, in my community, it's such a big, weird, risky thing to do. Also, I'm wondering if I should get coffee while yapping. Should I? I was supposed to go to the store. Doing everything except okay, let me just get through this video. How would you describe yourself in 3 words? Ooh. My friend actually called me whimsical, because of my art style. And I feel like maybe I am. I just probably like creative, artsy, stylish. Introvert or extrovert? I am an introvert. I think for the past few years, I forced myself to be an extrovert because I wanted like friends, and I was like people pleasing, and I was like, be my friend. And now I'm just like, ew. So introvert. I'm like naturally an introvert. I'm not good at I'm actually not good with like awkwardness. What does a typical day look like for you? Okay, I wake up in the morning. I make lemon water and coffee, because lemon water is great for like hydration and coffee dehydrates you, but I need the coffee. But I also love lemon water. Sometimes first lemon water and then coffee, whatever, either or both. And then I either go on the treadmill and like walk for an hour. I used to go out walking. It's like brick cold now, so I just like walk at home, or work out and then walk. And then shower, skincare, breakfast, and then I immediately get to work. So my work is basically either painting or digital art or packing. A lot of my packing and dropping off shipment, my packages, like I make art prints. So a lot of that happens in the morning. And I should get into the habit of doing it at night so that I can do it at a specific time. But anyway, that's what I do in the morning. And then I paint all day, and I do that while listening to an audiobook. I just have fallen in love with books now, audiobooks. I finished R.F. Kuang's The Poppy War trilogy just the day before yesterday. I've opened the Catabasis book by her, but I'm still just like living, like I need a moment when I'm done with a book, especially a book as good as that. Such a great book. And also I'm not a huge fan of like fantasy books. I like fantasy like shows and movies because it does the work for me in terms of imagining. But books, it took me a while. But so I pick an audiobook. I used to journal early in the morning. I would wake up, do my 3 pages, but I've like now become a person where there isn't much going on in my life to journal and like heal or anything. I mean, I'm still doing all of that. It's just I do it later, like maybe after working out, or like after showering, doing my skincare, or like when I'm eating breakfast, or before I start working, painting or whatever. I journal for a bit. I go do my to-do list. I look through my weekly to-do list. I journal my thoughts, feelings, yapping, all of that. And then I work all the way And then depending on the day, if I had a late breakfast or not, I'll have lunch, or I'll work through and then have like lunch dinner vibe, and then try and reorganize my room. I'm now in the habit of like cleaning and reorganizing my room every day because I kind of work there, which needs to change hopefully soon. And then I go for another walk. I walk twice a day. It just helps. It's great. Especially, I have anxiety. I wake up in the morning and I have anxiety, and that actually helps with my working out early in the morning. And then at nighttime, sometimes I have sleep disruption, so I go for a walk at night to help me sleep better. Or I'm like going to bed like naturally anxious for some reason. My body's just like in a default. I don't even know. I tried depression anxiety medicine. I hated it. It made me feel sleepy. So I have to go walk at night to be able to sleep peacefully. If I don't, I'll wake up at like 2 a.m. and I'm just like, okay, now what? I am too tired to do work 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm too awake to go back to bed and sleep. I don't know. These days I ran out of F's to give. That was such a long answer. Morning person or night owl? I like how my room looks at night, and so I like just sitting there at night. Does that make me a night owl? But I sleep by like 10, so I don't know. Coffee, tea, or neither? Coffee. But I like tea. No, I like coffee. I'm about to go get coffee now. What's your favorite way to spend a quiet day? Ooh. Every day of my life is like now quiet. Audiobook, cleaning. I feel like going out. I'm not gonna lie, I like to go out on drives. That's such a nice thing for me to do, is just like going out and like walking. I don't even have to buy anything. I just like looking at things. Like go look at things, window shop, and then come home. What's one routine you can't live without? Working out and skincare. I cannot live without skincare and face masks, and yeah. How do you reset after a stressful day? Yeah, going out, to be honest with you. I like to go out and like go to the store, walk around, go to the park and walk around. Yeah, I just like to go out and walk around. Something that I like to do is like go to Barnes and Nobles and I take pics of like the popular books or like the new books that they have, and I try and look the audiobook version of it and save it in my phone. That's something that I like to do. Oh my god, I have a list on my Google Doc a list of books that I've saved. Like one day I sat down and I was like, okay, like I want to learn everything there is to learn, because I wasn't a great person in terms of like socializing and like learning anything new. I was just like, in my head I was somewhere else. So I made a list of books that I wanted to read to help me get smarter and just be a better person. What was I saying? Oh yeah, how do I say? Yeah, going out for a drive. I used to enjoy going to the movies alone. I haven't been to the movies in a while. I think that's something that I'm gonna start doing next year, is just like start doing again, because I used to do that last year. I haven't done that this year as much. Going to the movies and like just by myself and like watching a good movie, and then going to H Mart and like buying food from there. H Mart is such a great place for food. What's your favorite time of the day? Probably like afternoon, like the sunset time, or like right before, like around that time is like my favorite time of the day. I don't know why. Do you prefer being home or going out? I think staying at home. I think when I started working from home, my skin just got better and I can work in my pajamas. Whenever I do want to go out to work outside, I like do get ready and go to a coffee shop, but I rarely ever did that. Anyway, what's something small that makes you happy? Having a good hair day. Having a good hair and skin day, and no one else probably can tell that I'm having a great like skin and hair day, because either I probably look the same to everyone, or everyone else can probably see like my acne scars, but I can see my acne scars and I know that I'm having like a good skin and hair day. What are your hobbies? Ooh, I've turned my hobbies into my career now, which is being an artist. I think books. I need new things to do. Books and movies. I haven't really watched any new movies, so I can't really lie to you. A favorite hobby of mine? Probably sketching. Or like coming up with, no, that's not a hobby. You know what? I do love photography. I am a photographer. I wish I was good at writing. I want to write essays and stuff, but I don't have that much vocabulary. I mean, I had to look up a word, which is, I think, what everyone does, but whatever. I want to get into pottery, to cooking. Sometimes I like cooking, but yeah, those are my hobbies, which I feel like is so basic. What kind of music do you love? I do like R&B. I do like indie music. I must say I have not listened to any music recently, like avidly? I need to look that word up too. With great interest. It is a word, avidly. I don't remember where I I actually canceled my Spotify account about a few months ago. It's been almost 3 months now, 3 to 4 months. I canceled it because I've been listening to the same song, same like 5 to 10 songs for the past 6 months, I feel. And listening to music helps in the maladaptive daydreaming, which is like really bad. And also, I used to listen to, there's also a larger selection of audiobooks on Spotify. However, I forgot how much I was paying per month, but for that amount, I was only getting 15 hours of audiobook, which is almost one book per month, which is so pathetic. Like, for example, the R.F. Kuang book that I listened to, one of it was like 20 plus hours. You're telling me, oh my god, and that literally happened. I started a book midway through, I hit the 15 hour and I was just like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? It was so annoying. I was just like, why am I paying for this? And I canceled it. I took screenshots of all the books that I saved though. And I still have the app in case, like, I don't even know why I would change my mind, because I have not been listening to any music like that recently. I know music is life. I don't know how I'm doing it. I don't know. Favorite artist or song right now? Let me go on YouTube, or let me actually look up what I was listening to Spotify before. Oh, this is the song that I was listening to. It's a song with no words. It's like a guitar music. But let me see. Who's my favorite artist right now? I do like Isaiah Rashad. I do like him. I'll leave it at that. Favorite movie or TV show? My favorite movie, I was talking about this with my friend. I like Survival. It's a great sci-fi movie. Romance movie, I would say Pride and Prejudice. Basic. Comedy, I don't like American comedy. You know what? My favorite comedy show, I have to look it up because I forgot. Derry Girls. Such a funny show. You guys need to watch it. I used to like rewatch it every year since discovering. Such a good effing show. That's my favorite like show ever. Comedy show. What other genres are there? I like Avatar. The Blue People, James Cameron Avatar. I do like Christopher Nolan movies. What's a good movie that I watched recently? I haven't watched a good one in a while. I like Normal People. No, I don't. That makes me cry. That means it's a good show. Whatever, I'm done. Favorite book or genre? Ooh, my favorite topic. My favorite question. Favorite book. This year, my favorite book was The Wedding People. And I liked Babel by R.F. Kuang. I also liked the Poppy series. I liked the second and last book. The first book, I was like warming into it just because I like do not read fantasy novels at all. So those two books were my fave. I also liked The Courage to be Disliked. And then I also liked The Secrets of Divine Love, which I still have not finished, but such a good book. My favorite genre? I don't know. I am still like exploring, and I really liked The Wedding People, so I guess like literature. I like books like that. Like that book was so good. I'm gonna reread it next year. I just like I need a year gap sometimes from books that I really love, that I want to reread. Favorite food or comfort meal? Ooh, spicy ramen. Sweet or savory? Savory. Favorite season? Fall and spring. Favorite color? I like brown, green, pink, and white. A place you feel most at peace. Do you know Dumbo, Brooklyn? Such a random place, but I actually really like that area. But every time I go there, it's like it takes forever to get there. Like if I drove there, it's like it's hectic to find parking. If I'm taking public transportation, it's like a pain in the but when I'm there, I'm like, this is nice. But Dumbo, Brooklyn is my favorite place. And Barnes and Nobles. When did you realize you were creative? Honestly, 3 years ago. I mean, I always was an artist. Like, I was always drawing. But I never really called myself an artist like that. I just didn't really feel confident. And I felt like a fraud whenever I called myself an artist, I would say 3 years ago. Because I was just like, I never really fully made or committed to making like a full, complete piece or a series or anything like that. I didn't even have like an art account up until this year. I mean, I've had the account that I use as my art account was like art slash. It wasn't even art slash. It was just like a Finsta, and I was just like posting my sketches, and then yeah. But I realized that I was a creative because I have my cosmetology license, and after I graduated, I was working as a makeup artist on set, and I wanted to have a fat portfolio, like a good creative portfolio, and I realized that it was so hard to schedule a shoot, like having models, photographers in the location, and like a stylist, like all of it was so difficult to like put together. Like I scheduled around 11 shoots, 7 of them got canceled, and I was just like, this is so annoying. And so I thought I'd start doing photography so that I would make it easier. So then it would just be me and the model, and it would be like me doing the makeup and then going to the model's house. And then that's when I realized that I was like creative, and I was just like, oh my god, like this is so cool. I'm putting together outfits, I'm putting together a whole shoot. That's so crazy and fun and cool. And then I creative directed, I I worked for this jewelry brand called Mabe, and while working with them, I realized just how creative I was. Like, it really clicked. I was like, oh, I have ideas. And then I've had friends also tell me, like, dude, like, this is good shit. And I was like, oh my god, you're right. So yeah, I would say I started feeling creative last year. And I started writing down all of my ideas, and then this year I started bringing them to life, and then I was like, oh my god, I need to continue doing this. So I've always been a creative person, I just like never felt confident about it because I've been drawing since I was a child. So yeah. How does creativity show up in your daily life? I mean, I work now, and it shows up in every aspect of my life, even as simple as like creating like a daily ear stack, and like knowing what would look good together, and like, because it looks different here, and like my necklaces, the outfits that I put together. Like, yeah, sure, there's a go-to outfits that I do, and then some days I'm just like, let me put together something different with what I have. Cooking, I get creative when I'm cooking too sometimes. I mean, obviously there's recipes, I'm sure everything has been made and done, but sometimes I don't even look at a cookbook and I'm just like make whatever, which I think is like creative. Decorating my room, like knowing how to rearrange and like redecorate and like freshen up my room, I think is also creative. So yeah. Oh my god, I only hit question number whatever. What inspires you lately? Recently I realized me. I do look on Pinterest, but a lot of what I make is like from me. It's from what I do. It stems from stories or like experiences. So I'm documenting almost every day and bringing it to life because a lot of people connect to it. And yeah, me and Pinterest. What do you enjoy creating the most? I enjoy making art prints the most. I think it's like it's so much more an easier process. Like if I make a mistake, it's so easy to erase that and like redo anything. I also have more color options because it's just digital. But yeah, I think I prefer creating digital art more. What helps you stay motivated? Future me. I have like an image or like a vision of future me, and I also think about younger me, and I think about how she struggled so much, and like just how depressed I used to be, and like how much people put me down. Like people have gone out of their way to like make sure that I feel like shit, and to make sure that I feel less confident, or like to diminish my confidence. And just like I think about younger me and I think about future me, and I'm just like, I need to make sure that I end up in a place where I feel safe and I'm like in a good place where I know nothing will affect me. I mean, not like nothing will affect me, but like I'm not, like no one can come and like take it away. So that's what I usually think about when I think about motivation. Yeah. How do you handle creative blocks? Honestly, every time I experience a creative block, it's usually because I didn't finish what I already started. That's like my experience. And I usually like make sure I sit and like finish what I started and like completed, and it's like out there, and I'm just like, okay, it's done, it's over and out. But yeah, I haven't touched any of my I haven't touched my paintings in like 2 weeks. I can't really lie to you. But being confident really helps with, because it's just like confidence in the fact that I'm a creative person. I've been a creative person since I was a child, so I will continue being a creative person. Like, good things will flow out of me, and I just remind myself of that, and then I'm good to go. I completely forgot I was supposed to go get coffee. I do make coffee at home. However, sometimes the coffee that I get from the store, I don't know what it is. I think they put crack in it or something. It keeps me up. It keeps me up for sure. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't even know where I'm gonna go. I don't even remember where I usually go get. There's like a place nearby. I'm actually driving right now, and male drivers are so effing annoying. Whoever made the whole like female drivers are so, like, male drivers are so bad. Every time I'm driving, it's a male driver that's like effing up and doing the most dumbest shit. Ugh. Anyway, that's all for my rant. Obviously, it's not that dark, is it? Oh, that's so bad. What was the last thing? What are you currently learning? I actually want to learn like my digital art thing even more. I have always wanted to learn a new language. Well, actually, I wanted to relearn a language that I used to learn when I was a child. I learned French and Arabic growing up, so I do want to relearn that, because like, yeah, why not? I just don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm just like not, I lack discipline when it comes to teaching myself. If I were to go somewhere and take classes, it's easier for me that way. However, when it comes to like art, yeah, I just need discipline. But anyway, yeah, I'm currently like learning more about digital art. What's something you want to improve about yourself? Probably my social skills. I'm like not that great at conversation or talking. I actually used to make such horrible self-deprecating jokes because I have an intimidating face. I like literally everyone who I used to be friends with, I'm no longer friends with. This is like a great advice. If anyone, like, if any of your friends, like, initially they're like, oh, I thought you were gonna be a bitch, like, oh, I thought you were mean. Those are all like very weird things to say. That's also that says a lot about you. Like, what do you mean you just had this like assumption about a person before getting to know them? And a very negative one at that. Like, whenever someone is just like, oh, you look angry, or like you look intimidating, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, babe, I'm existing. This is like my face. I've been friendly. Like, what? I'm not gonna perform by, like, no. I hate that so much. Anytime anyone has ever said like, oh, I thought you were gonna be a bitch, and I'm just like, you already have that like negative preconceived notion about me, and I cannot be friends with someone who thinks like that. And like, they have all proven themselves to be insecure later on, and I'm no longer friends with them. So what the fuck was even the question? A goal. Yeah, so I used to make like self-deprecating jokes and would make myself feel small, look small in front of them, so that they would not feel intimidated, and like they would think that I am a friendly person, even though I don't have to go above and beyond and doing things to like change the way that I look and behave so that they feel comfortable. Yeah, that's something that I'm working on right now. Also, a discipline. I really want to get to a place where I'm like working despite how I feel. Like, I'm sticking to my goals, and I'm sticking to like what I have to do despite my current feeling and blah blah blah. That and my self-confidence and like not making any more self-deprecating jokes. Like I haven't, yeah, I'm like, I have to think twice now, because I'm always just like actually blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, no bitch, shut the fuck up. Like you don't actually have to make yourself feel small for these people to feel comfortable. If they think that you're a bitch, I actually did not do anything, acted in any way for people to think like that about me, so therefore I'm not gonna do anything to make them feel more comfortable. That's weird. I've actually met people who are like, yeah, whatever. They're just like chill, and I'm just like, I love your energy and I need to get on your level of energy. Like they never thought that I was a bit, like the way that they interact, the way that they talk to me, like I know that they're not someone that like thinks or assumes that I'm they're not intimidated. They're just like themselves, and I'm like, I love that about you. I just love that about people. I can be myself and they're themselves, and like they don't have any, like I don't have to edit myself for them, and they're not doing that either. So I love that about people, and I'm learning to get there. Yeah. What are you proud of? I'm proud of taking the leap of like being a full-time artist. Like now I wake up, I'm sober now. I quit synthetic weed. Quit synthetic marijuana a few months ago, and I'm so grateful. And now that I'm out of that, because I needed assistance to like be brave and like take the leap, and so now that I'm off of it, I'm just like, whoa, like this is so cool. I'm now more solid. I'm now more like, oh, okay, like this is a plan, like this is what we're gonna do, like this is it. And I'm so glad that I did what I did, and I'm so glad I did not listen to certain people around me. I'm so glad I left certain friendships. I'm so glad I started doing things that benefit me instead of like making myself look a certain way. Whoa. Yeah, I'm just so grateful of myself. I'm so happy that I did. I'm just so proud of myself for all of that. Oh my god, this YouTube video is actually healing, because I was just thinking about, even earlier, even when I wasn't filming, I was just like walking around shopping, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so happy that I'm proud that I got this far. I just need to figure out how to, there's a few things that I need to figure out, because this is the first time I'm doing something different with my life and giving an F. This is my first time giving an F about something. So I'm just very proud of choosing myself, even though I know for a fact that there are people out there who have painted me as the villain, and I'm very, very grateful that I have let go, because I used to be very scared when I was like in high school and in college. Like I was more scared about what other people thought about me, so I would literally stay in toxic friendships, and I allowed a lot of toxic shit, abusive, like mentally abusive, like friendship, just stupid shit happen, and I'm so glad that I'm out of that. I'm like glad that I don't care if you are spreading rumors about me, and I don't care that you've painted me as a villain. The fact is that people have to make up lies about me because one thing they all might have in common with saying about me is probably that I'm a bitch, and they won't be able to elaborate more than that. That I know for a fact. I will say that boldly. I'm just like, yeah. But when it comes to me and like why I left certain things, or why I'm glad, or like why I don't want certain people back in my life, I've got a list. Not in like a mean way. It's just like I've chosen myself now, and I'm very proud of that. What's a goal you're working towards? I would say just working on my artistry and working on being an artist, and like getting to a point where I'm like a full-time self-funded financially secure place in my life is what my goal is right now. Yeah, is to make good shit and like being full-time doing that. What's something people often misunderstand about you? Yeah, I already talked about this. The fact that people automatically assume that I'm a mean person, or they assume that I'm a bitch, and I'm just like, go to therapy. But yeah, that's what they all have said. Everyone that I've met, they're like, oh, I thought you were gonna be a bitch. And I'm like, well, aren't you insecure? Yeah, never be friends with insecure people. That was like the biggest lesson that I learned this year. What's a lesson? What's a lesson life has taught you recently? Yeah, never be friends with insecure people. The minute you sniff out the insecurity, you have to leave, because unhappy people, they want to make sure that people around them is also unhappy. And if they have like a lack mindset, they like, with even in conversation, it'll slip out. Like their lack mindset will come out in a conversation, and even like the advice or the opinion that they give you is like, so it's like lack minded, and it's just so negative, and it's just like not for me. So don't be, not to be friends with insecure people, and to trust my gut instinct always. That's like the biggest life lesson that I learned recently. What are you currently unlearning? Negative self-talk. I'm still unlearning. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still, like, I had a mental breakdown yesterday. Okay, mental breakdown is like a heavy word. A meltdown. I had a meltdown yesterday, which was my birthday. But I was just like, oh my god, like, there's so much that there's not so much, but there's just like stuff that I have not done. And that's fine, because I keep moving my goalposts, and that's completely okay. Yeah, having that like negative mindset, and like also unlearning the lack mindset that I mentioned earlier, because I've internalized a lot of things that I've heard from ex-friends, and yeah, the negative self-talk needs to stop. What does a good life mean to you? I think a good life is like, to me, means an emotionally satisfied life, which I'm now slowly learning. I remember I had like a weird, not meltdown, but like a weird like realization, and it was just so unsettling, because like a few months ago I realized that this life that I live right now, which is so quiet, and it's just me, and it's me waking up, me working out, me taking my vitamins, me doing my painting and drawing and blah blah blah. It is so quiet, and it is so boring, because I used to have like an emotionally unsafe environment, and it was always like fight or flight situation, and most of mine was just like avoiding, instead of like avoiding life, avoiding uncomfortable situations, and just like pretending that everything is okay and sweeping things under the carpet, but also just like having anxiety all the time because of fear and like insecurity. And like, now, what was the question? Yeah, a good life. Now I'm just like, okay, like this boring life is actually the good life. Me being emotionally satisfied, and me being like in a good place with my career, me having like a slow life, me not having toxic friends, not having like the toxic anything, not having anything negative, not having any of these things is extremely boring. Like, peace is extremely boring, and that's exactly what I want. And I'm learning slowly to like be okay in this environment, which I'm now realizing, it's now clicking to me. See, I should do more YouTube. This is like therapy to me, because the past few days I was just like, what is this, what's going on? It's good, but like I'm confused. So yeah. What are you grateful for right now? I'm grateful for the fact that I have a home. I have a home, and I still live at home, and that my parents are good. And my parents are are there. That's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the fact that my parents are there and they're now like realizing that this might work. This art thing might work, because they were against it. It was like crazy, and they were just like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, and they're slowly like, okay, this is a real thing, like this is happening. And the fact that I have my own room and that I am able to eat every day and that I have a roof over my head, I have a comfortable bed, that's what I'm so grateful for. And I'm grateful for audiobooks. That's what I'm grateful for. What scares you a little but excites you? Probably scaling up. Being an artist right now, I've been like playing it small and like procrastinating, but now I've gotten to the point where I'm like learning like the root of my procrastination. I'm just like, okay, like actually we have stuff to do, and now that there's more to do, and like as I'm crossing it out, I'm just like, oh, there's more stuff that I need to do. There's more, like the scaling up of it and like getting bigger. And also I hit 11K. Oh my god, I hit 11K. Wait, that's a huge thing that I'm proud of. I started this account in like March. I had like 300, 400 followers. It's now December. I have 11,000. Do I have 11? Yeah, 11K, 11,000. I have 11,000 followers. That's a huge, one of my posts hit let me like check. One of my posts hit like 3,000 likes, which I was just like, whoa, that's insane. I think the support, but I didn't really control the support. Like people have to like what I make. Do you know what I mean? I can't really control that, but like the fact that people support me, which I'm so grateful for. That's also something that I'm grateful for, is the support that I've been receiving from people. The type of support that I've been receiving. I've been late with my deliveries sometimes, but I'm super grateful that no one complained. What's scary? Yeah, what's something you're letting go of? I'm letting go of the fact that I need approval or permission to do and create whatever I wanted to create. I used to need approval, and I thought like I thought that I needed support from all of my friends. I thought I needed the approval of all of my friends. And now I've gotten to a place where I was like, oh bitch, I was just unhappy, and I attracted some very unhappy people into my life, and I got this far not because of the people closest to me. It's because of like strangers on the internet, and I don't need anyone's approval. I need to do and create what is flowing through me naturally and just bring it to life, and that's my priority. And it's not about like approval or like, I remember like I was on TikTok the other day, and like someone was praying. Sometimes I get Christian TikTok videos. I grew up Christian, and like sometimes I do pay attention to like, I don't go to church though, but one of it was just like, and you can like obviously replace the word God with the universe, and I think for me it's kind of the same thing. And it's also like God created the universe, so like the universe works in a specific way. I think that if you're someone that's like waiting for approval and like waiting for approval and waiting for people to like you and to agree with you, the universe is not going to give you more ideas and more applause or whatever. So yeah, that's what I believe, and that's something that I'm letting go of, is like the need for that. The other day, or like if I like something, I'm gonna post it. Like I don't care the likes and stuff anymore. I mean, obviously it does help. Like I love likes and shares, but I'm creating because I want to make stuff. And yeah. What do you hope people feel when they watch your video? I hope I give off like a comforting vibe. Even though I just said that people used to think, or people have told me that they think that I look like a bitch. But I hope I come off like a nice older sister, like a comfort video. Like I want my videos to be like comfort videos. I know that my Instagram feed is like very aesthetically pleasing. I've gotten messages from people like, oh my god, I love your feed, I love your photography. I remember someone was like, how was your pictures all aesthetic? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, I think I see the beauty and everything and I just capture it. And it's very important to me that I capture the beauty around me, because like things and people are and places are beautiful, and so I just want to capture that. And now I think that obviously I know that I'm pretty, but I also think that what I do and what I create is important and like cool and interesting and like fun and creative, and I want to capture it, and I want people to be inspired, but also like oh, that's cool and fun to watch, and like maybe they'll watch me when they're getting ready, or you know, when they come home. I want people to come home to watch a video of me. I don't know. Any advice you'd give your younger self? Bitch, F all of them. F them. Leave them. Oh my god. Being a people pleaser will make you... I made a video about this on my TikTok the other day. Being a people pleaser will make you attract horrible friends, which is exactly what happened to me. Horrible, abusive, weird ass people. Like, and it would take me a few days to be like, oh, that wasn't nice of them. By recently I mean like earlier this year, I remember very vividly I said something, and then this person that I'm no longer friends with made a comment, and I was like, did you just automatically assume something so negative about me? And I didn't correct her. I was just like, and I remember she saying like, I don't know what to say. And she said something before, and then she said something after too, where I was just like, oh, this person thought that I was being a negative person. And I didn't correct them. I was just like, whatever. And then I still hung out with them, which is like my fault. Duh. But if anyone assumes anything negative about me, which happens, like, I swear to God, people have this habit of like assuming the worst and then just going with it. And that's something that I had to learn, obviously, through firsthand experience of like that happening to me for so many years. I've realized I have to always, if someone says something, I'm gonna make sure that I like ask and make you explain what you just said. So I'm just like, oh, what do you mean? Like, oh, what did you mean? Why did you say that? Instead of being like, oh, and like automatically assuming. Like, that is such disgusting behavior. I would never. Why the fuck would I hang out with someone? Yeah, whatever. If you get it, you get it. Like, just don't hang out with like insecure people and people who secretly hate you. And just trust your gut instinct. Just trust your gut. Don't hang out with insecure people. And that's it. You're a creative, beautiful person, and you should not be editing yourself for others. There. That's the end of my Q&A video. I hope that was a great introduction. I hope that makes you subscribe to my channel and want to get to know me more and like watch me more. I don't know. I hope so. I'm so excited to be back finally, like more on YouTube and like post more and yap more. I was just so super insecure. I was, like I said, I was hanging out with such negative, weird ass people, and I felt more insecure when I was like hanging out with them. And now that I have a lot of people out of my life and I've distanced myself, and I'm realizing like, babes, you need to do what you need to do and what you want to do, instead of like waiting around and just like, I used to feel so insecure if like my friend didn't support me, or like, and now I'm like, babe, she doesn't even support themselves. They don't support themselves. Why do you want the support of someone who does not support themselves? So now I'm just supporting myself. So much. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with where I am. and I'm just like grateful and proud of where I've gotten, and I'm just like, yay, another thing in the box of things that I do, which is YouTube. Enough rambling. I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this video. Subscribe, share, send it to your friends. Maybe, I don't know. I had this idea of like wanting to do artist diaries where I like take you to work with me and like show you all the things that I do on a work day being an artist, and like all the things that I have to do. Is he gonna hit me? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and no, I already said that. Okay, bye.